Do you ever wonder how some people manage to rise above adversity and find the strength to keep going? Adversity. It's a word that carries a lot of weight, a word that every living, breathing human being on this planet can relate to. It's the universal language of struggle, of hardship and of challenge, but it's also the language of growth, resilience and triumph. You see, adversity is not just about the trials we face. It's about the battles we wage, the mountains we climb, the rivers we cross. It's about the journey, the process, the transformation. It's about the metamorphosis from the caterpillar to the butterfly, the seed to the tree, the coal to the diamond. Adversity is not a destination, it's a journey. A journey that takes us to places we never dreamed we could reach. It's a journey that tests our mettle, pushes our boundaries, and ultimately reveals our true potential. But what is this potential? And how do we tap into it? The answer lies in finding inspiration amid adversity, in seeking the silver lining in the storm, in finding the strength to keep going, no matter how tough the going gets. Inspiration is the fuel that powers our journey through adversity. It's the beacon that guides us through the darkest nights and the fiercest storms. It's the compass that helps us navigate through the rough seas and treacherous terrains. However, inspiration alone is not enough. We also need willpower and determination. We need the will to keep pushing, the determination to keep moving, the resilience to bounce back from every setback. Willpower and determination are the twin engines that propel us forward, that help us soar above the clouds of adversity. They're the wings that help us fly, the sails that help us navigate, the oars that help us row against the tide. Adversity, as we shall see, does not define us. It's how we respond to it that truly matters. And responding to adversity with inspiration, willpower and determination is the key to unleashing our true potential. Have you ever found yourself putting off tasks you know you should be doing? This, my friends, is the sneaky beast known as procrastination. It creeps up on the best of us, lulling us into false comfort, whispering, "There's always tomorrow." Yet, in reality, tomorrow becomes the next day, then the next, and before we know it, our tasks have piled up, looming over us like an insurmountable mountain. But fear not, for triumph over procrastination is within our grasp. Let's delve into the tales of those who've successfully wrestled this beast, emerging victorious and stronger than ever. Take, for instance, the story of a renowned artist who once found herself paralyzed by the overwhelming nature of her creative projects. She realized that her procrastination stemmed from the daunting size of her tasks. So she decided to break them down. Instead of viewing a project as one massive entity, she dissected it into smaller, manageable pieces. Each brushstroke, every color mix became a task of its own. And thus, she found the motivation to start and, more importantly, to keep going. Next, we have a tale of a marathon runner. He was accustomed to setting clear, tangible goals. When he applied this strategy to his everyday tasks, he discovered that having a clear vision of what he wanted to achieve made it easier to start working towards it. It was no longer about merely finishing a task. It was about reaching a goal. Then there's the story of a successful entrepreneur. He found motivation in rewarding himself for progress. Each completed task, no matter how small, was a cause for celebration. This approach turned his tasks into exciting challenges, with a reward always waiting at the finish line. Each of these individuals found a strategy that worked for them, proving that procrastination is not a life sentence, it's a habit we can break. So, let's take a page from their books, Conquer Procrastination, and reclaim our time. After all, time is the one thing we can't get back. Let's not waste it. Let's triumph over procrastination. Ever felt like anxiety was holding you back from reaching your full potential? It's a feeling that many of us are all too familiar with, but it's also one that many have learned to navigate. Take, for instance, the story of Clara, a high school teacher from Manchester. Clara lived most of her life under the shadow of anxiety, always feeling like she was on the edge of a precipice. But she didn't let this deter her. Instead, she sought help, reached out to a therapist, and embarked on a journey of self-discovery and healing. Through therapy, she learned to understand her anxiety, not as a crippling enemy, but as a part of herself that needed care and attention. Then there's the tale of Tom, a software engineer from Sydney. Tom found solace in the practice of mindfulness. It became his tool for grounding himself in the present, for anchoring his thoughts and emotions in the here and now, rather than letting them spiral into the uncertainty of the future. He learned to sit with his anxiety, to breathe through it and to let it pass, like a wave receding back into the ocean. And we can't forget about Maya, an artist from San Francisco. Maya turned to a healthy lifestyle to manage her anxiety. She started exercising regularly, eating balanced meals, and ensuring she got enough sleep. These changes didn't just improve her physical health, but also had a profound impact on her mental well-being. She found that by taking care of her body, she was also taking care of her mind. These stories serve as a beacon of hope, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. They show us that anxiety, while challenging, can be navigated. Whether it's through therapy, mindfulness, or maintaining a healthy lifestyle, there are various tools at our disposal to help us cope. So remember, anxiety might be a part of our journey. It might even feel like an insurmountable mountain at times, but it doesn't have to be the destination. We can learn to navigate through it, to climb that mountain, and to reach the other side, stronger and more resilient than before. Anxiety may be a part of our journey, but it doesn't have to be the destination. Does the weight of depression ever feel too heavy to carry? It's an anchor that can drag you down into the deepest depths, where the sun's rays seem like a distant memory. But like any weight, it can be lifted, and the darkness can be illuminated once again. Let's journey through a few stories of resilience. Picture Jane, a woman who, like many, found herself in the throes of relentless depression. She felt as though she was spiraling into an endless abyss. But Jane, resilient as ever, made the life-changing decision to reach out for professional help. With the aid of a trusted therapist, she began to untangle the threads of her despair, slowly but surely regaining control of her life. Then there's Tom. He found himself isolated, his depression forming an invisible barrier between himself and those he held dear. But Tom chose to let people in, to share his struggle with those who cared about him. In doing so, he discovered a wellspring of support and understanding that he never knew existed. His loved ones became his lifeline, proving that sometimes the simple act of sharing can be a powerful step towards healing. And of course, there's Lydia. She battled depression by prioritizing self-care, understanding that her well-being was not a luxury but a necessity. She cultivated a routine that included regular exercise, balanced nutrition, and plenty of rest. She found solace in solitude, comfort in creativity, and strength in self-love. Her journey of healing was a testament to the transformative power of self-care. Depression is a formidable foe, but these stories prove that it's a battle that can be won. The journey may be steep and the road may be winding, but every step you take is a step towards the summit. And remember, seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but an act of courage. Embrace the support of loved ones and never underestimate the power of self-care. Depression is a mountain, but remember, the view from the top is unparalleled. The climb may be challenging, but the triumph of reaching the summit, of overcoming the weight of depression, is a victory unlike any other. Ever felt like the weight of the world was on your shoulders? Imagine, if you will, the tale of a woman who once juggled 3 jobs, a family, and a multitude of responsibilities. Stress was her constant companion, but instead of succumbing, she chose to rise. She started with time management, carving out pockets of tranquility amid the hustle. She found solace in the quiet moments she created for herself. Then there's the story of a man who was always on the go, stress following him like a shadow. He found his escape in meditation, a sanctuary of peace within his own mind. He learned to breathe, to let go, to be in the present. And let's not forget about the teenager who was grappling with the pressures of growing up. She discovered the power of exercise, transforming her stress into strength, her worries into weights lifted. Stress may be a part of life, but it doesn't have to control it. Ever wondered how a few positive words could change your day? Welcome to the world of positive affirmations. These are simple yet powerful statements that, when repeated, can alter your mindset and improve your mental health. By focusing your thoughts on the positive, you can overcome negative self-talk and replace it with an empowering narrative. Think of affirmations as your personal cheerleaders, rooting for you every day. Consider phrases like, I am in charge of how I feel today, I choose positivity and peace, or I am resilient and can handle life's challenges. These are not just words, they're seeds you're planting in your mind's garden, which with care and repetition grow into mighty trees of confidence and self-belief. It's not about denying reality, but about choosing your perspective. Remember, you have the power to overcome adversity. You are strong, you are capable, and you are enough.